Welcome to the Rippln Inner Circle. We're just days away from rolling out this new technology around the world. Now keep in mind that only a hand-chosen few like yourself have been selected to be behind the velvet ropes during this launch process. Now this video is going to be short, but it's going to cover some very important things that are essential for you so that you can capitalize on our massive rollout. So please take out a paper and a pen and get ready to take notes. Now if you're not in a place where you can focus and concentrate on this video, then please pause it and find somewhere that you can be alone. Okay, are you ready? Because the rest of this video needs to stay between us, and I mean that. Because if I reveal too much or too little before it's ready, then it could affect the massive rollout that you're now a part of. Now there are 3 things I'm going to share with you right now, and as I go through these, please write them down. First, I'm going to show you exactly what Rippln is. You're going to watch a short 3-minute and 16-second cartoon that's going to explain the core concept. Second, I want to walk you through the 4 phases of Rippln. Now after you understand these 4 phases, you're going to see where we are, but more importantly, where are we going. And last, I'm going to show you how you can participate in this NDA phase and start building your ripples now before the rest of the world is privy to what we are doing. Because when we go live, you will profit from everyone you invited into this phase and the ripples that they've built. But first, I want to show you the trailer video that will be leaked to the world on launch day. Now this video will reveal for the very first time exactly what Rippln is. Now I want to stress, before you watch this video, the only people who have ever seen this video have all signed strict NDAs, so please don't share with anyone else until the time is right.
Let me ask you a quick question. When you first heard about Facebook, how many people did you tell? Was it 10, 20, 30 people? How about Twitter or Instagram or Angry Birds? If you're like most people, then it probably went a little something like this. You had a great experience with a new product or service, and so you decided to tell a bunch of your friends, fans, or followers. For number's sake, let's just say you told 7 people. Then those 7 people each got excited and shared it with 7 of their friends. Then those friends each started sharing it with their friends, and it keeps growing from there. And just like when you throw a stone in the middle of a calm lake, that one action you started quickly creates a ripple that expands until it consumes the whole lake. Now this is what we call the ripple effect. Those 7 people you told quickly became 49 people by your second ripple, 343 people by your third ripple, 2,401 by your fourth, and by your 5th level, you've already reached over 16,000 people, and it keeps growing from there. And that's if you just told 7 people. Imagine how big of a ripple you created the last time you got excited by a new product. It's crazy how much business you unknowingly brought to these companies. Even though you didn't know it at the time, you created a massive ripple. This form of viral word-of-mouth marketing has made the owners of Facebook, Instagram, and Angry Birds, and other companies you know, very, very rich. But what about you? Wasn't it you that helped them spread that message? Aren't you curious about how many people learned about those companies because you started a ripple effect? Doesn't it make sense that you should get paid for all of the customers that you brought to them? Just imagine what would have happened if a game like Angry Birds would have paid you 50 cents or $1 every time anyone in your entire Ripple downloaded it. How much money would you have made sharing just that one game? Now think about how many books, apps, and websites that you and your friends have shared over the last month. Doesn't seem quite fair, does it? You're doing all the marketing and the sales for these companies. They're making hundreds of millions and in some cases billions of dollars from your efforts, yet you get nothing. Well, a little while ago, we asked ourselves these 2 important questions. First, when I started Ripple, how far does it go? And second, why aren't I getting paid from the ripple effect that I'm causing for these companies? These 2 questions kept us up at night. And at first, they made us angry, and then curious, and then a little excited. And that's why we created Rippln. It's a simple way to not only track your Ripple, but to get paid for it as well. Let me show you how it works. First, you download the Rippln app. Then within the app, you can invite all of your friends and followers to do the same. As they spread the word, we will track everything, showing you just how wide and deep your Ripple runs. So now that your Ripple is spread quite literally around the globe, this is where the real fun begins, especially if the fact that Angry Birds is making a fortune from connections that you gave them makes you a little angry. Because after you sign up, you can power up and become a Rippln player. Players are those who know the value of their ripples and want to share in the profit from their ripples. Just imagine that every time you came across something cool like a website, a book, or a movie, or the next time a hot new app came out, instead of telling your friends and making the company millions while you get nothing, simply check to see if they're eligible for Rippln commissions and blast them through your entire Ripple for a great payday every time. Doesn't that sound cool? Because at Rippln, we believe that you should be paid for the connections you have and the ripple that you can create. And that's just how it should be. So what are you waiting for? Let's start your first Ripple now.
Now what you just witnessed is the core message behind Rippln. When you download the Rippln app, you will be able to start building your ripples, but more importantly, you're going to have access to the Rippln communicator. You'll be able to use this app to communicate with your ripples, build your teams, and so much more. The beta testers on the inside are already calling this the biggest communications breakthrough since email. Now I want to walk you through the 4 phases of the Rippln rollout. The first phase is now. We're calling this the NDA phase. Now right now we're in stealth mode. When Mark Zuckerberg was launching Facebook, he went into stealth mode. He quietly built a core inner circle of partners that he needed to build Facebook's foundation. Now this is similar. Right now we have been silently inviting players into our inner circle and then letting each inner circle member bring in people that they have persuasion and influence over. And that's how you got here. When you bring in someone who signs the NDA, then they will be hard-coded to you forever, and their ripples will become your ripples. So make sure you choose your invites wisely. Now phase number 2 is starting very soon. We call this the communication and compensation phase. When this phase begins, we will end the NDA system and release the Rippln app. Everyone you brought into phase number 1 will automatically be added to your ripples. You'll be able to use our new communication technology to communicate with them, plus you'll be able to start sharing the app and creating your ripple effect around the world. Then there will be a massive global internet launch and the commission plan will be fully engaged. When we enter into this phase, you'll be able to upgrade from a Rippln fan to a Rippln player. Now players are those who can make money and monetize their ripples. Now, phase number 3 will begin later this year when we launch the Rippln ecosystem. During this phase, people will start downloading, sharing, and buying things within the app. And as we already know, the freemium model works. All of the highest valued new tech products in the world are free, and the money comes in from in-app purchases and transactions later. And what's cool about this is there's no selling, hawking, or pushing involved. You get rewarded for your influence by simply sharing the coolest new apps and technologies in the world with your friends like you're already doing. And you get paid on your entire ripple effect across the world. And the last phase, well, this is one I almost didn't want to mention yet, but I want you to be aware of it. When you think about companies like Amazon, first they built the biggest distribution network in the world, and then they made billions selling products through those channels. But it wasn't until recently that Amazon opened up their platform, and now anyone can actually become a publisher and sell products to Amazon's entire customer base. It's like getting Walmart to carry your product on their shelf. And this has opened up a whole new world to everyone. Suddenly any person who had an idea could create a product, write a book, anything really, and sell it through Amazon's existing channels. The money that these individuals like you are making is mind-blowing, and the surface has just barely been scratched. And this is what will happen in phase number 4. Now this won't be immediate, but in the future you'll have access to sell your products and your services through the channels that you've built. Are you starting to get excited yet? Now this rollout is going to be a lot of fun, and we're excited to have you on our team. We have a few training videos we want to have you watch to help you get up to speed with what's happening inside of Rippln. And then you need to decide who you want to share this experience with. People that you know who have influence that you would like to have on your team. Now, as I mentioned earlier, choose these invitations wisely. I honestly believe that within a few short months from now, a year from now, and for the rest of your life, you're going to look back at this moment as the instant in which your life changed forever. We're so excited to have you as part of the Rippln family, so log into your inner circle area now to get your invites and get started on creating your ripple effect around the world.